Hello, everybody. Okay, well, it's Monday after the close. First, to explain that image you just saw from Zero Hedge, the reason I showed it isn't to celebrate the fact that I guess it was Mike Wilson. I don't know, I don't remember the guy's name, Mike Wilson or something, went bearish, which I actually see as good news. But it's to make a point, which is I thought they were picking on me by suspending my comments account. I never got noticed like you're suspended, but basically it stopped working. It's like we're evaluating your profile name. Okay. But anyway, it's not just me, because I was sort of amused because I saw that post early today, and there's only two comments on it so far. And one of the guys said something along the lines of, geez, you were so bullish, until just recently. And I noticed that comment magically vanished. So I really think the place has changed. That is to say, ZH. It just ain't the same. I think there are other people like me who are kind of scratching their heads. Is like, why are you guys so bullish now? Why do you not like people pointing that out? So I guess they'll either suspend your account, like in my case, or, as in the case of the commenter I mentioned, just delete it. So not cool. Anyway, on to more important things. Today was the best day in a long time. And I really needed today, I gotta tell you. I think I mentioned over the weekend how crucial it was that the market turned south, because we were just mashed up against the wall with respect to, where the risk of a breakout. And I just wanted to kind of review on the ES what's happened recently. And this is last week. This is, I guess, Monday or Tuesday or so. No, it was Monday and Tuesday. And as you well recall, the horrible thing that happened was that Powell had a speech which was seen as him pussing out on the market and basically like pivoting and kneeling to his masters and just, doing whatever the bulls require. And so that speech was very warmly received, and it came out, and the market went up all day long. It was just a horrific rally. Powell just completely, as I say, putting on his knee pads and doing whatever they demanded of him. And so the market just gobbled it up and swallowed and loved it. And so up it went, and that was horrible. And, not a downtick in sight. And on Thursday, just kind of marked time. And then, of course, the jobs report came out on Friday. And initially when it came out, the market fell hard, but then started recovering and inexplicably got stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and very frustrating. And so the week was a real stinker. Most of the stink was Wednesday, and then the stink was augmented by the utter disappointment of Friday's drop being eradicated. So, I was feeling very down. And of course, last week, some of you canceled your accounts. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is very weak, because they just, gave up on the market ever falling again. It was only like 2 or 3 people, but boy, it annoys me. You just don't know how hard I work for those subscriptions. And be put on notice, I'm again toying with the idea of us being purely a paid site. I've been conferring with one of my platinum members about that, who's been very gracious with his advice. But yeah, working my tail off for zero, it gets old after 18 years. Toying with the idea of strictly subscriptions only. In any case, back to the topic. So I was really just dying for any kind of weakness to take place. Sunday we opened. It opened down a little bit, but didn't do too much of anything. I was relieved this morning to see it still down some, because after the raping I'd received last week multiple times, I was just ready for any more punishment. But we got a little bit weaker, and mercifully, the market really started taking on the chin. And it was gratifying that the entirety of Friday's idiotic bounce was destroyed, which means bulls lose money, which makes me grin because they deserve it. And we got weaker and still. So we did not take out the Powell speech thing, because him and his pretty lips, I guess the power is still there partly. We destroyed the absurd rally on Friday, and we destroyed 60% or so of the idiotic speech rally. This line is key. This is the next key goal. We must break this line. I don't know what I can do to help that. I will pray to any gods that you suggest, but we must break this line. That is the October 13, and of course that is a day that will live in infamy. That is the day I'll remember to my deathbed, October 13, 2022, when the CPI came out and we began this atrocious 6,000 or 7,000 point rally on the Dow. We've been in this uptrend ever since. It has not been broken. I can probably dispense with this line. I think it's outlived its usefulness. But this is key right here. I'll say it again, we must break this line. And that's all I can say about that. As far as the daily chart goes, obviously we're still very much in a bear market. We came horrifically close to getting above this last Thursday because God has some amount of mercy. We did not break above it. I'm going to just say it again. We have to break this line. These goddamn bulls are back in their arrogant ways. We've gone all Dave Portnoy again on us. And, the VIX got down to 18 and, Kramer's scurrying around hitting sound buttons and so forth. So all the vomit inducing stuff is back. We've got to break these guys' spirits hard. So that line is critical. The other cool thing that happened today was over in crude oil land. Broadly speaking, we peaked on this at the start of the war. And it's been working its way lower because I think crude oil recognizes just what a horrible future global economy has. OPEC decided to rip a page out from 1973 and monkey around with their cartel again and constrict supply and not increase their production. And the market went shooting higher on Sunday. Let's change this to a 1 minute. So on Sunday and into Monday, it was just up we go. And as you know, I'm an energy bear. And I was pleased, very pleased, to see this just get blown all to hell. So our good friends in Saudi Arabia, their cute little game didn't work. Oil fell hard. All those gains are gone. XOP fell hard. XLE fell hard. My puts are doing great, et cetera, et cetera. So that was very, very nice to see. Of course, what I would love to see is a complete collapse from this inverted cup with handle pattern, down into oblivion. But we'll see. Anyway, let me just wrap up by saying I have 23 bearish positions now. I took a little profits here and there only to free up some cash for a couple more positions tomorrow, assuming that things are favorable. So anyway, 23 positions, about 7% cash, which I have every intention to deploy into a couple more positions for a nice clean 25. This is a rather quiet week, economically speaking, until Friday, I believe, is the PPI. I do not know if anybody cares about the PPI. I know the CPI is the one they all get worked up about, but maybe the PPI will matter. There's some cool earnings coming out this week. MDB, which I've said over and over again, is such a cool short. They announce Tuesday after the close their earnings. But I'll say again, it was a great day, best day in a long time. My portfolio went to like gasping for breath and barely hanging on to almost entirely profitable. I've got a couple of positions with tiny losses, like 0.0 something percent, and some with 40, 50, 70% gains. So it was a tremendous reversal for me, which is very heartening. And one final thing, as I've said, I've been toying around with the membership page to try to do a better job showing the gazillion features Slope has and organize them in a more appealing fashion. I have not even read the post with your feedback there, but I will. I want to try to improve the subscription side of the business because I really think I've done a poor job of that and I need to do better. I've been very lazy about that, so that's going to change. All right, that's for me. Bye.